Hey everybody, good morning. It's Tammy and Tom from
Good
Nutmeg
morning.
Notebook. We're ready to do a walk and talk.
I got to get my other glove on here.
Get
Can
your
you hold
glove
it?
on. I got it. You
Here.
can see it is very, very foggy this morning. Yep, I'm going to turn this way so it'll show the pond and all the fog over the pond.
This is our coldest walk of the year.
It is.
33
It's
degrees.
33 degrees here in Northern California.
That's really cold for us.
It's very cold.
1 degree colder, and we would be. This wouldn't be fog. It would be snow.
All right. Uh,
Okay.
okay. So it still hasn't shown up on my phone as the live. I'm looking for it. So if you come on and are watching, please say hello so we can.
Oh,
And
what happened there? Why did that happen? Hold on, people.
it all went up.
The gimbal just did a thing.
This gimbal has a mind of its own. It likes to do its own thing frequently, we have found.
Okay. What is going on with that? It's got a full charge.
Okay.
Okay, now we're talking. Okay.
Look, you were upside down.
There's Jesse. Okay. Yeah, our gimbal just took a total flip. Where's Tammy?
Good morning, Jesse. We're glad you're here.
How's the sound, Jesse? We're using that new little mobile sound system.
Is it cold where you guys are? It's really chilly out here this morning. Jesse says, whoa, that was an experience. I know, right?
I think I rotated the pole the wrong way, and so it didn't know what to do because I got to keep the controls kind of facing up here.
Yeah, so it went crazy. So, okay, Lisa's here, Kathy's here. Good morning, ladies. All the ladies are up. The guys don't get up early. What's the deal?
Come on, guys. What is up with you guys? It's a Sunday morning.
Where are the guys?
Get moving. Where are the guys? Wait.
You are a guy.
No, I said I don't mind. When we're at a gathering, I tend to.
You like to hang out with the ladies.
I hang out in the kitchen with the women because they're way more interesting than the guys.
Listen to you. So anyway, we thought you guys might enjoy seeing the fog that we have.
And the sky actually is clear. So when this breaks, we're going to have a sunny
It'll
day.
be sunny and nice. Yeah. It's just going to be like this morning, and that's okay. We can deal with it.
It's doing weird stuff again.
I see that. It wants to, what's the deal? Wow, we have this new gimbal. It's supposed to be better than our old one, but I'm not sure. So, well, the picture here looks good. Let us know, Jesse, how the sound is. Jesse says it's 39 degrees where she is.
Oh, that's cold over there.
Her bedroom was 59 degrees when she woke up. Brr.
These people need to trim their trees. I got to get behind you. There's not room for me on my side of the sidewalk.
Vagana's from Texas, and it's 53 degrees there. That sounds good. That's actually going to be like our high today, which sounds good. Here's Rich. He says, I'm surprised it's so cold out that you're out. You look very healthy in the chill atmosphere. Thanks, Rich. Well, you know, it's cold when you first start, but once you get moving, we do warm up.
Yeah, that
and
cool air
it's tolerable.
My complexion, it makes me look 10 years younger. Yeah.
Yeah, sure it does. Oh, you're too funny. So, what's everybody
that
doing?
Could be that or my new moisturizing cream.
Oh gosh. I don't know. He's wound up, you guys. He's a little wound up this morning. So, but we'll take it. It's good to have fun. And we're all about that. Oh, I hear that, that car starting.
They're getting out though.
Oh, okay. I just always get leery when we are walking past a driveway and a car's running because, you know, they don't always look before they back up. So you got to be careful when you're walking in the neighborhood. So how many of you are getting out and exercising this morning? And I'm just curious. Or if you live someplace cold, then do you exercise inside? We have a treadmill. We actually have a really nice treadmill that we got after I'd had some foot surgery because we knew I wasn't going to be able to go out and walk. And so we got the treadmill, and I'm so grateful that we had it when that happened. But I just hate to walk on a treadmill. I would rather bundle up and get outside and brave the weather than have to get on my treadmill. So I don't know. Heather Wilkinson is out walking too. All right, Heather, that's awesome. The Subtle Vegan says she's doing, I don't know if Subtle Vegan is he or she, actually. They are doing the January challenge with the Dylan. That's nice. It's home weightlifting workouts for her. That's awesome. Kelly walks on the beach. That's fun. Steph does morning exercise while listening to our YouTube. All right, that's cool. Haven Home has been doing Silver Sneakers exercise channel. Wow, that's awesome. And Bagana watches our videos when she's on her treadmill. Okay, you guys are amazing. That is so cool. So, this cold is making my nose run. Pardon me, y'all. I have to wipe my nose.
Yeah, you might hear a sniffle or two.
Oh, Tammy, who spelled her name the same way mine is spelled, which is cool, says it's 38 degrees in Washington State. She got some exercise outside, now getting ready for church. And Steph says, following you on your walk while I walk on the treadmill. So that's awesome. Okay, I've got to put my glove back on because my hands are cold. So anyway, so let's see. In the last 8 weeks, we've had appliance rebellion at our house, you guys. First, it was my oven, and it broke. And we didn't have to replace it because we had an extended warranty on it. And so they had to come and replace the
control board
and a heating element. So we got that working.
So that's basically a new oven, just in the same box.
Yes, and that was the week of Thanksgiving, so I had no oven for Thanksgiving. But thank goodness we're plant-based, and I have my Breville Smart Oven Air, so we did fine. And then several days before Christmas, my dishwasher stopped draining the water, and
there was a flood on the floor.
Yeah, made a flood on the kitchen floor, and we couldn't get the parts before Christmas to fix it. And so Tom said, I said, well, we're going to do paper plates or go to our daughter's house and have it at our daughter's house. I'll cook the food, but transport it. And he said, no, we're going to have it here and I'll wash all the dishes. So he did. He washed all the dishes while I was prepping, and he washed all the dishes afterwards, and we all dried and put stuff away. So it worked out fine. And then the parts finally came after Christmas, and he got that fixed. And then a few days ago, my dryer stopped working. And so he ordered parts for it, and he got it fixed yesterday. So you are my appliance hero. My appliance hero. My mom said, well, it sounds like Tom could have a career as an appliance repair person. So he didn't fix the oven, though. We had to, since we had an extended warranty, we had a service call on that.
And replacing the whole circuit board out of warranty would have been a big expense. So I don't know if I would have, I don't have the diagnostic to know which circuit board is bad, but the YouTube is awesome. The dishwasher and the dryer both, I was able to find YouTube videos on things to check for various malfunctions, and was able to diagnose that I needed a new float switch in the dishwasher, and that we needed a new heating element and sensor set for the dryer. The dryer was fun to take all the way apart. It was like, remind me when I was a kid with erector sets, So anyway, I had the dryer because he had to go all the way down underneath to the bottom to get the heating element housing out and replace it. So that was a fun That was a fun repair. Got to use a lot of different tools.
Yeah. I'm so happy to have working appliances. Again, you guys, I don't like to be without any of them. So Kelly Sturgeon says she's in Costa Rica and it's 89 degrees there.
We're on our way.
We are on our
We'll
way.
be there in 4 weeks.
No, a little more than that, I think. So we are headed to Costa Rica.
4.5 weeks.
Yeah, we will be, and we're going to Panama and Costa Rica. We're going to be on a Windstar cruise with about 22 other plant-based people. And so we're very excited. Good to know that it's nice and warm.
Yeah, we got to start rounding up our short sleeve shirts and our shorts.
Oh, yes, we got to dig out. Hard to imagine when it's 33 degrees that we're going to be in 89 degree weather. So, but we're super excited and stoked. So thank you for sharing that, Kelly. Linda says, Happy New Year. What a foggy morning. A dusting of snow here, but under a winter weather advisory. Where are you, Linda? Melody says, I'm 70 years old and in training for an indoor triathlon to be held in March. How cool is that? This will be the 4th year she's participated. Congratulations. That is so awesome. That is inspiring. That's very cool.
We were just talking about that this morning.
Well, we were talking about
activities and being 70.
Yeah.
Not all of us are turning 70, just one of us.
Not me.
It's not Tammy.
It's not me. Yeah, Tom will be 70 in June. And so we were just talking this morning about our age and how healthy we are and how active we are and what kinds of things do we want to do as long as we're healthy and active, and what's on our list of things that we yet want to see and accomplish. Yeah. And
the
so
suggestion I made that didn't go well is I told Tammy, I feel so good, I think I got time to start another career. And she was like, no, wait a minute, there's other things we might want to be doing.
Steph says, I'm going to Hong Kong this April. That'll be really fun. Very nice. Okay, I've got to put my glove back on. It's so cold out here.
Well, if you watch the chat feed as it scrolls, you won't have to scroll up and down on the screen.
Right.
So if you see them here, then you can take a quick look.
It's not popping up like that for me. I think it pops up like that for you because you're recording it.
Right.
It does not pop up like that. No.
Does your glove have a scroll tip on the finger? Does it scroll? Can you swipe up or down?
Yeah. So okay, I'll be able to do that.
My fingers are cold.
Oh, Linda's in Kansas City. Okay.
Yeah, that's that storm that rolled through here is in the middle of the country now.
Yeah, my mom is in Nebraska, and they're expected to get quite a bit of snow. So it's gonna be winter in the Midwest for sure. It will. So anyway, yeah, we're so happy that we found this plant-based lifestyle that so that we can age gracefully and be active and still be able to do the things we want. And oh my goodness, because we've got young grandkids, we have good reason to want to stay active so that we can keep up with them. And we were talking this morning about, the fun things that we want to do with them. The twins are 5 now, and their big sister is 7. She'll soon be 8. And they're just so much fun, to be able to go and do things. We took them on a wonderful hike on New Year's Day. And, they have so much stamina to keep going and doing. And boy, if we're hanging out with them, we got to have a lot of stamina too.
Our 7-year-old granddaughter proclaimed as we were climbing up some rocky hill, Lita, I like to do dangerous things. So I shared that with her mom when we got back. She said, your daughter just told me she likes to do dangerous things. How are you managing that? And she was like, oh my.
Yes. Jesse says 70. Wow, Tom is almost as old as me. Yeah, that's cool. Well, age is a state of mind. Like my mom is in her mid 80s and she is super active and I think, even though she follows the standard American diet, she remains super physically active. She walks every day 2 miles. She cleans her own house. She doesn't sit down a lot. She's just busy, busy, busy. And, you know, being active, we know, makes a huge difference in our longevity and how healthy we are as we age. If you watch the Blue Zones documentary on Netflix, the people who live the longest lives walk, and they walk in communities where there's a lot of elevation, and there is something about having to exert to go uphill and conquer elevation that makes a really big difference. So you don't have to be an athlete necessarily. You just need to be physically active. You don't have to be going to the gym. You just need to be physically doing things. So Mindful says, Rich, 73-year-old bodybuilder in my town, I don't fit in, especially with my age group. I'm 29. Many of my coworkers, even the younger ones, have aches and pains and just blame it on aging. Yeah. It's, well, there are a lot of myths that we used to believe in before we went whole food plant-based. So I believed that there wasn't anything you could do about your genetics, that if heart disease, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, if obesity, I used to believe if all of those things were in your family medical history, that it was genetic and that there really wasn't anything that you could do about it. And it wasn't until I was having troubles with my LDL cholesterol going up, and my doctor was suggesting, I'm sorry guys, I have to wipe my nose, and my doctor was suggesting that I might have to go on statins, and I really didn't want to do that. And so then that's when I was motivated to start researching and see, what could be done about high cholesterol without going on
I have to do
statins.
a proper nose book.
Okay, we're going to stop for a moment.
I got it.
And so that's when I discovered a plant-based lifestyle and went, oh my goodness, look, there is something more that I can do. Because I was already, ditched the red meat, and I rarely had cheese, and I ate the low-fat yogurt and, non-fat milk, and I thought I was doing all the right things, and but still had, LDL cholesterol that was climbing. And so I was, so tickled to discover, hey, there is more that I can do that will really make a difference. So it saddens me that my family and friends still buy into the myths that, oh, I'm borderline diabetic, but, my parents were type 2 diabetic, so it's genetic. There isn't anything I can do about it. Oh, I'm overweight, but obesity runs in my family. It's just in my genes. So there isn't anything that I can do about it. So I do love that saying, and I don't know who came up with it, but the saying that genetics loads the gun and our lifestyle choices pull the trigger. So once you learn that, then you feel like you have power and control. And it's all about our choices that we make. So whatever we choose to do or what we choose not to do, then we're choosing the consequences of that behavior. So I used to tell my children that, if they got grounded for something or, whatever the consequences may have been, well, you knew what the rules were, you knew what the outcome would be. So when you chose that behavior, you chose the consequences of that behavior because you were informed. And so you knew what you were doing. And the same is true for us. So if we know what we should be doing and we're choosing not to, then we're making an informed choice to have the outcome that we're getting. And we have to accept that and take responsibility for that. Do you want to cross and go on the other sidewalk?
Just here.
Just go right here? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
anyway,
cross.
I look like the Michelin Man because I have a sweatshirt on underneath my coat. And so my coat is very tight because I really bundled up. I have cuddle duds, then a sweatshirt, then my little puffy, and a scarf and a hat.
My body is fine, but my fingertips are
freezing.
freezing.
I know, right? It's true.
What's Rich saying?
Rich says it's not in your genes, it's primarily in your recipes. If you eat the same food your relatives did that are obese, you will be too. Well, it's true because we do pass down our habits. So, I mean, look at the Esselstyn family.
So most people don't have a genetic health disorder, they have a recipe health disorder.
Well, unhealthy habits.
Yeah.
And our unhealthy lifestyles. We, perhaps mimic the lifestyle of the family that we grew up in. And certainly, I mean, if you listen to Doug Lyle, you know that we can have the genetics for, gaining weight easily. We can, you can be, you could be genetically, you might be at higher risk for heart disease, type 2 diabetes. Certainly, genetics play a part, but then lifestyle comes into play, and it's what we do consistently that has the biggest impact on our health. Oh, it's taking a ride. So Mindful says we know better, so now we do better. Lisa says you two are very inspiring. Vagana says, yes, speaking of documentaries, what do you think about the new Netflix documentary, You Are What You Eat? Well, I think they had some good messages in it. I wish that they had been promoting whole food, plant-based, and not just a vegan diet. Vegan cheese and vegan sausages and Impossible burgers and Miyoko cheeses. Certainly, all of those are better than their standard American diet animal-based products. But I would have liked to have had them talking more about whole food, plant-based, not just vegan, because there's a lot of sick vegans out there, And so I do think that those transitional foods can be part of a way to transition to whole food plant-based. Tom certainly used a lot of them. I ate a little bit of them when I first went until I learned better. And so I wish that they had been more whole food plant-based. I do think they did a good job of showing that it isn't all about genetics. That's great. But
they were good for the hapless passenger, myself, that wasn't centrally committed to the lifestyle change, but it allowed me to go along with what Tammy was doing without creating disruption or fear to what I thought I wanted to have in that time frame. So I tell people they served a purpose for me, but not something that we get with any kind of frequency now.
Yeah, well, I can't have them, but Tom and our grandkids, our son and our daughter and her children, they eat more like the like Engine 2 or starch solution, which, you know, that's great. I think that's fantastic that they do that. And as the years go, I myself am less rigid about everything because I do realize it's what I do consistently that has the biggest impact.
You're not dealing with the fear of your own behavior or falling off course or anything like that at this point.
No, exactly. I needed to be really strict when I first started Chef AJ's program. I needed that. I needed that total abstinence from things. But I have added flax and pumpkin seeds, and you know, and I'm okay with doing that. We will occasionally, our family likes Chipotle. We will on occasion now get Chipotle. I used to just make my own Chipotle bowl.
Vegan options.
Right. I used to make my own when the family would have it. But now I'll just make my own chips, and I'll get a salad from Chipotle, and I know it's going to have It's going to have salt and a little bit of oil.
If it had soil in it, you would get vitamin B12 from the dirt.
Yeah. So, and I don't freak out about it. You know,
let's go right here.
Okay. When I go on vacation, you know, we make the healthiest choices that we can. If we can't get something, because I also know if I have something with a lot of oil in it, it's gonna like go right through me because my body is not used to having oil. I'm perfectly okay with skipping a meal. I'm okay with just water fasting for a day if I need to. That's okay. You know, I know how to do that. And I can also make a meal out of just some fruit and some vegetables. If I don't have any grains, that's okay. I can do a whole day of fruit and vegetables and I'll be perfectly fine. So I don't freak out
There's
about
a sun
it.
back there for everybody. That's the sun, that big blob.
Oh yeah, you see that?
Sorry if it's in your eyes.
Yeah.
I'll try to hold this up a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, any documentary that promotes a healthier lifestyle and getting off animal products and educating people about factory farming and what that does to the planet is a good thing. So I'm sure it'll have a pretty good message. I just fear that, you know, people hopefully will educate themselves that a whole food plant-based lifestyle is going to be healthier than just a vegan, because just because something says it's vegan doesn't make it healthy. So there you go. Steph says, can you post what you eat in a day once in a while? You are my model. Oh, thank you. You know, the what I eat in a day posts have been the least popular posts that I have done on social media. But I did post one earlier this week. So if you go to my Nutmeg Notebook YouTube channel, or
not YouTube.
I mean, sorry, we have one what we ate in a day video on YouTube. But if you go to my Nutmeg Notebook Facebook and Instagram page, then you will see it. And in past times, I used to post every day what I ate. And then somebody said to me, why do you post every day? You're so repetitive. What's the point? And I thought, okay. And then when you look at the analytics, those are not my most popular posts, which is interesting. You know what is products that I find, and certainly grocery hauls.
Food finds, yeah.
Food finds, grocery hauls, And honestly, dessert recipes, those are always,
hold on,
it's lost me. Those are always the most popular. Ooh, you can see our breath. Our grandkids love that when you can see your breath. Those are the most popular. So I'll tell you what I eat. So in the morning when I get up, I have a glass of water, and I'm hypothyroid. So I take my thyroid medication. That's first. So I have a glass of water. Later, I'll sometimes in the winter, which this morning I had a cup of herbal tea before we came out for our walk. And then I'll just drink water the rest of the morning. If I get the chills, if I get cold, I'll have another cup of hot herbal tea. Then at about 12, sometime between 12 and 1, we will have lunch. We'll start making our chopped salads. So I batch prep the salads, 14 of them for the week, 7 for Tom, 7 for me, because we both eat a chopped salad every day as one of our main meals. We just did a video earlier this week here on YouTube live where I show you how I make them.
Yeah, and that was not a prepared YouTube video shoot. That was Tammy doing her normal morning kitchen thing. And it's like, oh, we're here, let's turn on the camera. And so that was totally the real thing, time-wise and process-wise, and not something where we had like prepared for it for time efficiency or anything.
Well, we had just gotten done doing our grocery haul. We had just gotten home from Costco, Whole Foods, and Trader Joe's, and we went through our bags, pulled everything out of our bags, and showed you what we bought, what we had just purchased. And then we needed to prep our salads because we were out of salads, so we had to batch prep salads before we could have our lunch. And I told Tom, you know what? We should just go live and show the people how we're using that stuff we just bought. And so we did. So yeah, and it was, the whole video was less than 30 minutes. So I actually made those salads in like 27 minutes or something. It was awesome. So anyway, so we have a chopped salad for lunch. We chop it up because it just tastes better. It reduces the volume of it, makes it more delicious. Wow, the fog is really thick here. Look at that. It's almost like we're in London. And then we add stuff to it, different things, sometimes tofu, sometimes tempeh, usually beans, some kind of grain. Tom loves brown rice. Oftentimes I'll have oat groats. We'll add potatoes, sweet potatoes, a little bit of sauerkraut, microgreens, sprouts, different types of sprouts. I like to add fruit to mine, frozen corn. Just, depends on what we have in the refrigerator. Good morning. What we'll add to it. And it'll be really super jam-packed with plants and nutrition. And you've got to have carbohydrates in it in order to have it give you energy and sustain you for a number of hours. For salad dressings, we oftentimes just use flavored vinegar from California balsamic. And other times, if I've made my vegan ranch dressing or Caesar dressing or creamy balsamic, or a mango dressing or the dill dressing, we'll have it. That's super delicious. And it takes about 40 minutes to eat it because it's a lot of chewing. But then that holds us until dinner time. And lately, because we've been eating lately for dinner, we've just either been having a green smoothie or a little salad, or sometimes I make just an all brothy soup with non-starchy veggies, and so we might have that. Just something a little bit lighter. A lot of times I just have a fruit plate. That's what I had last night. So, we do buy a lot of fruit. I'm a I'm a pretty big fruit eater, and I might have 3 fruits cut up. Last night was a sumo orange, Asian pear, a few blueberries, and a few strawberries. And that's pretty much it, day after day. So today we're actually going to a potluck, and I'll be I'm making a, a vegan paella. I hope I say it right. And in the Instant Pot. So I created the recipe earlier this week and tested it. And I'm just going to tweak it a little bit today and take it, and then I'll get people's feedback. And if it's good, then I'll share it.
So we're having a new invention for lunch today.
That's right. That's right. So we won't be having our big salad for lunch, but our friend Maureen is bringing a great big gigantic salad, and she learned how to make them from me. And so she has a great big 17-inch Hollandwood bowl, and she'll bring her salad in that. And so we'll still get to put, make half of our plate salad. And so that'll be great. And then I probably, will just have fruit tonight, because I'm sure there will be dessert as well. So, speaking of dessert, you guys, have you seen my chocolate mug cake? It's on the blog. It's a single serving. You make it in a coffee mug in your microwave. And you can take the dry ingredients and you can mix up like 4 dry batches of the dry goods and have them prepped and ready to go. And then if the urge strikes, then not very much harm can be made when you just make 1 serving.
There's a dude out there playing golf in the fog.
In the fog? How's he know where he's hitting it? How do you not hit somebody?
I don't know. I swear I just heard.
I heard it. Oh, yeah, he's right there. That's crazy.
That's dedication,
I guess. So anyway,
yeah, that's a golf course off behind those trees.
Okay. Gail says, I enjoyed your last grocery haul. Haven says, I can't wait to make the Caesar dressing. I was just checking YouTube for your quinoa black bean recipe, and here you are live. I'm so impressed with your commitment to walking.
That's what we were looking at this morning?
Yes. That weather looks inviting.
Yeah, that quinoa black bean is one of our family favorites. I did, when we made that, there was this company called Milty, which had a pressure cooker like an Instant Pot, except it had an automatic steam release, which I thought was really cool.
Look at that pretty puppy.
And they're actually no longer selling that equipment
Good morning.
anywhere, I believe. They only sell food. They do have their kitchen gadget line, I think. But anyway, I'm going to change the thumbnail of that to get rid of the Milty and just call it pressure cooker. And I took out the middle of that video, which was describing all about the pressure cooker, which you can't get anymore. So it's a great recipe and a good video. I just have to do some housekeeping on it. So if you go back to it, you'll see a different picture sometime in the coming days. That's on my list of things to do in the short term.
Yeah, but you can print the recipe off of the blog as well.
The video will stay. It's just going to have a new front cover. So anyway, yeah, we were looking at that just this morning.
Rich says, I'm vegan, but I don't mention that at the gym and places where there's a lot of meat eaters. It turns people off when they see what I look like at my age. That's when I mention whole food, plant-based. Yeah, I could totally get it. If you guys haven't seen Rich, he looks like a bodybuilder, because he is, and you wouldn't think that he is the age that he is either. But you're right, people are put off. Just the word vegan puts a lot of people off, and I think if you say you're whole food plant-based, it's a little more palatable for people, although they don't necessarily understand what it is.
I have a little bit more fun with that, People say, oh, are you vegan or something? I say, when they ask that, oh, I'm not just vegan. I'm a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, and sugar-free vegan extremist.
I think it's better not to tell people that. Just saying. Because when you do, then their eyes start to cross and
Yeah.
they want to back away slowly.
Yeah, but I also quickly follow up and says, although I'm not judging or condescending about my veganism, I just want to live a healthy, long life. So anyway, I try to have some fun with it.
Beverly says, "You're amazing, fast walking and able to talk at the same time." Well, I think I'm a slow talker, but I'm a fast walker. How about that? Slow talker, fast walker.
Yeah, when I edit her videos, I put it on 2 times speed. And I can understand her perfectly clearly.
I can't help it. I think I got that from my dad. My dad was from the South. He was born and raised in Mississippi, and he was a slow talker. He could weave a story like nobody's business, but he did it slowly. He talked slowly, and I think I just got that from him.
Yeah, if you are pressed for time, but you want to watch our video, you can go to 1.5. YouTube allows you to adjust your play speed in the little gear thingy. And you can go to 1.5, and it's likely you really won't notice too much about the increased speed, and you'll cut 30% of the time off the video length. So let's go straight, Tammy.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, that 1.5 on YouTube, when you're listening, if I'm watching a tutorial on like how to fix a dryer or something, I will do that just to be more time efficient. We won't be offended if you speed us up.
No, we totally understand it. And especially the lives, because the lives are longer because we're interacting with you guys, but that makes it a lot more fun for us. And I think it makes it fun for you guys too.
Wow, look at that really cool Manly Man Jeep truck, Jeep pickup truck. That's cool. I never did get my midlife crisis pickup truck.
You got a piano instead.
Oh, we're going to change the subject.
Jesse says that's funny about speeding up the video. Oh, if you're watching us on your smart TV, if you're watching YouTube on your smart TV, Tom has some advice for you if you want to be able to see the show notes.
So if you're like us, we watch most of our YouTube on TV. And then people say, I'll leave a link in the notes. You can see that where it says more, but on a TV, on your dial on your controller, you push up and it brings up the Nutmeg Notebook, like the title description of the video. And then over to the right is where you can go over to see the comments on that video, if any have been posted. But if you want to see the actual notes from the creator that talks about what's in the video, when that's highlighted white, you click it again, and it will open up the description of the video where you can see what we've written and what the links might be. Unfortunately, you can't click on those links because they're just on your TV screen, but you can see that they're there. You can read the content. But then if you want to follow a link, you will have to go to a smart device, your Android, your iPhone, or back to your PC or iPad. So anyway, because we were talking about seeing comments, seeing description, video description. We were watching the video and they said the link, the information's below in the description. I'm like,
where? On the TV,
we got to
where?
figure out how to see a description on TV. Found it, but the links are, of course, are not active on your TV. So
right.
That's what we learned this morning.
It's good. Okay, so a question for you. Pelosa Portela says, after a few years of chopping in my bowl, it has little chips in it. Any recommendations? This is one for you.
Yeah. Tammy had that happen with one of her bowls, and
Let's go forward.
Because she she chops a lot in the center, and so it was eroding the center, making it a little bit rough. I did take it out. I used a kitchen sponge, the ones that when they're dry, they're hard, but when they wet, they get soft, and they have a abrasive thing on one side. So I used one of those, ever so slightly dampened, so it was pliable. Wrapped pieces of sandpaper around it.
What grit?
I think I used something like 120, because like 80 is very coarse, and anything over 200 is really fine. So I used like 120 grit sandpaper, and that sponge, wrapping the paper on the sponge, allowed it to shape to the bowl. And then I sanded in there for a while in a circular motion to get those rough bits out. So Boy, this pole's getting heavy.
I know, and it's my fingers are freezing.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut our walk short, you guys. We're not
Yeah.
gonna do the full thing because it's too cold.
Well, you have to get cooking too because we have a deadline.
Yeah, it's
So
too
anyway, sand
cold.
it. Sand it is a short answer, and sand it with your sandpaper wrapped around a sponge is the technique, so that it shapes to the bowl.
The bowl, yeah.
So
and that took care of it.
Yeah, and depending on how rough it is,
I'm going ahead for just a moment.
You can go, with a, I wouldn't start with an
Good
80
morning.
grit. That's really coarse. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I would be 100 and something, and then if you want to fine finish it with 200 plus, that's fine. But you're just gonna chop it up again with your mezzaluna knife. So just getting the part that's really rough. Now the other note is those wood bits aren't going to hurt you. They're just fiber. So if you get a little micro wood chip in your salad, oh well. But anyway, I find that my beechwood bowl is less inclined to do that, and the cherrywood bowls are more inclined to do that, but it's all very minor. I think the beechwood is just maybe a little bit softer, and so it absorbs the chop. Whereas the cherry woods are a little bit harder wood, and so they might be inclined to make that little micro chip of wood. But
okay, he's slowing down, you guys. He has a hard time
well, my fingers are
fast
frozen.
and talking.
My nose is running. Oh, I just lost my tissue. Will you pick it up?
Oh, yuck.
Well, I don't want to be littering.
I
need a tissue in my hand. Now you have to grab me a new one.
I am. You don't want that one. It was on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, who knows?
Well,
dog might
vitamin B12.
A dog might have peed. A dog might have peed right there. Or pooped right there.
Any way we can.
Jesse says a piano for midlife crisis. Yeah, it was that or a truck. And he was out looking at trucks with a friend of ours, and a friend of ours said to him, "Tom, don't you love playing the piano?" Tom was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Then how much does a piano cost? Could you get you a really good piano for the same cost as one of these expensive trucks?"
And that was like the light bulb moment. I could get a really nice piano for the price of this
truck,
four-wheel drive Manly Man SUV. And so I went shopping. Took me about 6 months, and ultimately this nice little 6-foot Steinway Grand found me one day. I didn't find it; it found me, because I played it and it sang to me. And I went, "Oh, okay, this shopping experience is done. This is the piano." So
there you go. Then we had to build a new house to be big enough to accommodate it.
Is anybody familiar with If You Give a Moose a Muffin kids storybook?
If you give Tom a piano, Tammy gets the house of her dreams. I love it. Dog Mom wants to know, how tall are we both? I'm 5'3.5". I'm shrinking. I used to be 5'4".
I used to be 6'1". I'm now 6'5'6" or something.
Yeah.
I've lost not quite a half an inch.
Okay, I'm going to shut off my.
Oh yeah, we're here.
Phone. Okay, and let me check the. Let me check. We're back at our house. Make sure I've covered everything. Rich says, when you look better and you're older and you're more in shape than other people, you tell them what you do about your food and life, and it's hard to argue against success. That's so true, Rich. So true. Sometimes people will say, "Oh, well, all these plant-based, muscular-looking guys got their muscle before they went plant-based." But you and I know that that's not necessarily true. There are people in the plant-based community who were overweight and flabby before they went plant-based, and then took up weight training and became very fit and very muscular. But, people want to believe what they want to believe. And, no matter what kind of evidence we give them, or documentaries or videos to watch, or doctors to listen to, they're still going to poo-poo it and believe what they want to believe. Myths are really hard to get past. Hello, I don't know. How do you say this name?
I would go with Helosia portelia.
Okay, there you go. How do you maintain your chopping bowl, I don't like the wax texture, then you can use food grade mineral oil on it. And whenever it starts looking dry, and if you use it every day, you'll, see that it gets dry. You can
So hit it
tell
with
it'll
mineral oil
lose.
every couple of weeks would be
Yeah.
fine.
So take some mineral oil, put it on a cloth, and then wipe the bowl down. You
doesn't last as long as the wax oil combo, but it's a lot quicker to put on. And honestly, 2 out of every 3 treatments I do are just a quick wipe with the mineral oil to refresh, and then I get the other one out at different times. So that's how I keep them. Especially if we're going to do a video or something and they're looking dry, I have to dress them up real quick with the mineral oil.
And so you never want to fully immerse it in like a sink of water or a tub of water.
And don't use vegetable oil.
Just, use your dishcloth, put a little bit of soap on it. If you want to use soap, get it wet, wipe it out, rinse it out, and then dry it with a towel. So it is moisture that is going to swell up the wood. And if you let the bowl get too dry, then it could cause the bowl to crack or split. And so that's why we want to keep it oiled or waxed. So and we have bowls that we've been using for years and years, and they still look good. Of course, they're going to get a green patina in them from all the greens that we chopped.
Badge of honor.
And that's a badge of honor. And so are all the cut marks from the Mezzaluna knife. That is just part of, it's no different than our cutting boards, because that's how our cutting boards look. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it for today.
Yeah, we gotta get going with the day here.
Yeah, we got it, and we're freezing. My hands are so cold. So, but thank you guys for joining us this morning. It was really fun. We really appreciate you guys talking with us while we walk. It makes the time go by really, really fast, and we appreciate that Jesse hopped on with us as well.
Somebody's asking how you tied your scarf.
Oh,
your mic is on there.
I know. I can't show you right now. I'll show you in another video how I did it. So because my mic is on there and my hands are really, really cold. So we're going to go in, have a great day, do something good for you today. If you haven't batch prepped some food for the week ahead, maybe do a little bit of batch prepping today. I'm Tammy.
Thank you, Jesse, for being on.
Yeah, we appreciate and everybody for being here. I'm Tammy.
And I'm Tom.
And we help you get healthy and stay healthy, one walk at a time. Love you guys. Bye.
Push the X. I don't have a finger open.
You don't have it.
Upper right hand corner.
Here it is.
And end.